Hello and welcome to my Tarot Corner. So some of you sent me great questions and I really appreciate them. So today I'm going to try and answer one of your questions. And this is quite complicated because usually when we do tarot readings, we do them for a year. Longer than that, it's a lot more complicated because energies change all the time, and things that we do today are affecting the future, affecting things that will happen in the future. So it's very hard to do a reading and to see what is going to happen 10 years from now, unless we are doing the gypsy reading, which I have to say that I am not trained enough with it. So it's not like I don't know how to do it, but my teacher doesn't allow us to do that on real people until we did it at least on 10 makeup people. So I haven't done 10 makeup people yet. So maybe when I will try the gypsy reading, although there are ways to try and see longer into the future. It's mostly when we're using the intuition and less the psychological interpretation. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to look into their future in 10 years, as I was asked. I'm going to look into the future in 5 years. I'm going to take 4 cards for each. One card is for their personal development. The second card will be for the marital status. The third card will be about their success in work. And the fourth card will tell me if they are still together or not. It's a little bit the same as marital status, but they can be, just like Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson, a couple that are divorced but are still living together. Or maybe I'm just now thinking about it. I will try to see if I can see whether or not Harry is still in the US or is he going back to the UK. So maybe where each and every one of them is. So I'm using the Celtic Dragon Tarot. Today we're with dragons. And this is another Chinese deck that also has interpretation in English, so it's easier to understand. And I'm clearing the deck. Okay, now let's say my disclaimer. This is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumptions and speculation, and as such may or may not be true. So please do your own research and decide for yourselves. Okay, so Harry, 5 years from now. What can we see for Harry's future as a married man, as a successful man, his personal mental health, and is he going to stay in the US? So Harry, 5 years from now. So I'm going to take 5. First of all, I am locking it and I'm just cutting once, and I'm going to take 4 cards and then take 4 cards for Meghan. So this is his development as a human being or mental health. This is his marital status. This is his success in business, in work. And this is where is he going to be. Now let's look at Meghan. Meghan, 5 years from now. What can we see for her future? Is she going to still be married? Is she going to succeed in things that she's trying to succeed? Is she's going to stay in the UK, in the US? Now I'm asking that because many people say that she's trying to emulate UK accent. She's trying to be seen as if she's British. So I'm asking that because there might be a way that she will go back to the UK if she wants. So once again, Meghan, 5 years from now, marital status, mental development, success in what she does, and is she going to stay in the US? Once again, locking it and opening once, taking out 4 cards. And let's see what we get in the middle. Okay. So the first card was both of them as their emotional stability, emotional progress. And for Harry, I'm getting card number 21, which is the World. Now, the World can be seen as a positive or as a negative card. It is a card of completion and ending. So he will be ending some kind of a process. He will start a new process from the beginning. So it looks like he will have to start from fresh. The World card is also a card that speaks about perfectionism. It speaks about, and here we see 2 people. We don't see only one woman like in the World card that we know. So it looks like he's going to be still with someone. He's not going to be alone. But his mental status will be of someone who understands that what he did up until now is wrong and he needs to start over. So this is the main thing that I can say about this. Now, the affinity of this card is going abroad. And this is a hint to say that he's not going to stay in the same place that he is now, but it wasn't a question. So if we're talking about his ability to be more stable mentally, only if he realizes that he needs to start a new page in his life. This is what this card is telling him. This is a card that tells him that in 5 years from now, he will be in the starting over. So it looks like he won't be staying with the same woman. It looks like he won't be staying at the same place. This is a card of someone who is very closed, let's say that way. And I'm talking about affinities here, not very much about the psychological interpretations, because I'm trying to look at the picture as it is, not only the psychological interpretations of the card. Okay, so this is how Harry's mental state will be, and Meghan's mental state will be the Moon. So she will be in an even worse place than he is, because the Moon is a card of severe mental instabilities. This is the perfect card to get when you're asking about mental health. This is a person who is mentally ill. This is a woman who has problems with her mother. No matter what she's saying, she's holding a grudge against her mother. She has a very big problem with her mother. And this card shows us that she is unable to get over these problems. In 5 years from now, she will only be in a worse place. And when we're looking at the psychological, not the psychological, but the affinities of this card, it is a card of confusion. It's a card of someone who doesn't see reality as it is. It's a card of depression. So this is where Meghan will be 5 years from now. Okay, marital status. Harry's marital status will be the Emperor. So it looks like he's going to be a father. So probably there are kids there, because in unless he gets married with anyone who is anyone else in right now, he will be a father. Either the kids that they're talking about or the kids that they are not talking, the kids that are about to come, but he's going to be a father. And as you can see here, it's very evident. We have the Emperor, we have two children here, even a boy and a girl. So it doesn't tell us if he's going to be married to the mother of those children, but he will have children. And this card is telling us that he's going to be more in control, what he's not right now. The Emperor is a card of someone who can control the material world. This is the father, this is the king. This can actually tell us that he's going to be more successful because he is someone that can handle money, can handle business. But if we're talking only about his marital status, he's going to be a father, either married or not, but he is going to be a father, and children that we will see. Now, regarding Meghan, marital status, we are seeing the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is the fantasizer. So Meghan has fantasies, and those children are probably part of her fantasy. She has this fantasy of being a princess, of being someone important. It's all in her fantasy. So this card shows us that she's going to miss all opportunities that come her way. She's not going to be married, probably because the Knight of Cups cannot be married, because he has this fantasy that never comes true. And it shows us that probably she won't even have children. So whether those children are hers or not, probably they are not her biologically. Although Mr. Markle said that she froze her eggs, those children probably are not her biologically, because they will stay with the father. Or another option is that because her mental status will be so much worse than Harry's, that she won't be able to have those children. But the Knight of Cups is a card of someone who is unable to see reality as it is. He's unable to cope with reality, and because of that, he's losing all of the opportunities. So that's not a great card for Meghan when we're talking about her ability to be in some kind of relationship, and we're talking about the 5 years from now. So it is a card that shows us that she will have a lot of lovers. The Knight of Cups is a card of lovers, and she will have probably a lot of lovers like she did in the past. And in the past, she never had a time without a lover. She moved from one to another without even waiting a month between the two. And I saw on Quora, I saw something about Corey's mother going to visit Corey and hearing them in the in the bedroom. She thought it was them, so she left But then it wasn't Corey. She told him about that, and he said he wasn't in town. So that was probably Prince Harry. So we can see the string of lovers that she's having, and probably still having, and probably will go on having as long as she can have lovers. Okay, so that is their marital status. Now we're talking about their financial success, and financial success for Harry is the Four of Pentacles. So Harry is not going to be very successful financially, and I'm not surprised at all because he has no talents, he has nothing to sell. The Four of Pentacles is a card of someone who is more acting out of feeling threatened, feeling that he needs to preserve things, feelings that he needs to keep things, and the Four of Pentacles end up in the Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles is destruction. So Harry is not a person that is able to succeed financially, despite the fact that we got the Emperor here. So the Emperor here was probably only for being the father, not successfully financially, because this card is stronger. And this card is telling us that he is unable to succeed because he's acting out of feeling frightened, feeling threatened all the time. And this is a card of someone who is stuck, someone who keeps making the same mistakes, someone who is a bigot, someone who is afraid that there is always something better out there, so he will keep on looking for better things. And this is a person that is unable to succeed. But because it is a pentacle card, it does tell us that he might make some money, but his own behavior around that money will cause him to lose it. So even if he does make some money, he will lose it in the end. So it will go back on to the Five of Pentacles. So this is Harry. And for Meghan, her success, and we're getting here the Two of Cups. So that's not a very good card for Meghan as well, because the Two of Cups is a card that is calling Meghan to be more active, to be the one who is doing things. She's the one who needs to court others. She cannot wait for others to court her. So she will have to start chasing other people in order to convince them to participate in all sorts of endeavors that she's trying to make. And it won't be very easy to do. The Two of Cups is not an easy card. It's not a card of love. It's not a card of partnership. It's a card of people that are, now I'm speaking about the psychological interpretation. It's a card of people that are passive but need to be very active. Now, if we're looking at the affinity of this card, the affinity of this card means that she will be on trial all the time. So she will be tested all the time, and that she will feel that if she is not doing the test in a good way, then she fails. So she will be in this constant chase to try and convince people to cooperate with her and to convince people to work with her. And she won't have a lot to build upon. She won't have a good resume on her past that she can come and tell people, look what I've done, look what I've achieved, because she hasn't achieved much. Okay, so that's the financial success. Now, the most difficult card, will Harry stay in the USA or move to the UK? And what I'm getting here is the Empress. So the Empress is the card of the mother. It's also the card of a woman who will do, or a person, and the archetype of the person that will do everything no matter what. Now, it's very, very curious that we got both the Empress and the Emperor for Harry. And it looks to me like Harry is going to find someone new, like he's going to find the real Empress of his life, someone who will bring him children. Probably those children will be from her, or children that will come on top of her, or on top of these children. And because it is the mother card, his mother is in the UK. This is not the psychological interpretation. This is my intuition talking, that he will go to the place where his mother is buried, where his mother grew up, where his mother intended him to be. So it seems to me that in 5 years, Harry will go back to the UK. Now let's see what will happen with Meghan. And Meghan, in 5 years, will be the Five of Pentacles. So if Harry got the Four of Pentacles before, Meghan gets that for the whether or not she's going to be in the USA next in 5 years. So first of all, she won't be going anywhere. This is a no card. This is a card of destruction. This is a card of failure. This is failure from every possible aspect that we can think of. So this is monetary failure. This is relationship failure. So she will not go after Harry if he goes to the UK. She will probably stay in the USA because she has nothing to look for in the UK. Nobody likes her there. Going there is only putting herself in a more Five of Pentacles energy. So altogether, it looks like Meghan's future for the next 5 years is a lot gloomier than Harry's. She got very difficult cards, both the Five of Pentacles and the Moon, and the Two of Cups, which is not a great card. And Harry did get the Four of Pentacles, which is not a good card as well. But when we're looking at the whole reading, at the whole mingling of the cards, we see that he has something to look up for. And this is going to be a happy family. He's going to have a happy family. So in 5 years from now, I suppose, and I hope that it's true, he will have a better future and a better family than the one he has today. Okay, so this, and the fact that in the world card we have two people as well, a man and a woman, also is an indication that he will not be alone in 5 years. So he will be in a better place. So that's the tarot. And let's see, what does the oracle tell us? So we'll take two cards, one for Harry, one for Meghan. Okay, so let's clear the deck. And this is the Universal Dragon Oracle. Okay, so Harry and Meghan, next 5 years. Harry and Meghan in the next 5 years. So for Harry, we have wisdom. So it looks like he will find wisdom, or wisdom will find him, but he will be a wiser person in 5 years from now. Despite the fact that this looks like an ominous card, but the wisdom is always a good thing. Now, if we're looking at the whole interpretation of this card, so let me look at the book. What it says is, light is changed to fire as it is pulled into the gravity of the black hole. Swirling and churning light and matter condense into the densest structure, the most compact kernel of being. The source dragon is letting you know that wisdom is quite similar. The knowledge and experience of your entire life are compacted into one small moment. So if you can understand what it means, it speaks about black holes that are condensing a lot of energy in it. And what it says is that wisdom is the same thing. It is always condensed into something very, very small that stays in your head. All of your past experience, everything stays there. And it just needs to know how to tap into it. So let's see what Meghan's card says. And Meghan card says growth. So it looks like Meghan will have to start growing, and she will be in the beginning of some kind of a road. She will probably go to square one, and she will try to, or she will have to reinvent herself. What growth means is whenever we start, whenever something ends, something new always opens. Whenever we end something, always something new starts. But it doesn't erase our past experiences. And if we are smart, then we can grow out of it. We can grow to be a better person. So this is what the oracle is telling her. It's telling her to try and... Okay, so I'm sorry for the disturbance, and I'm just going to let you know what the book says about growth. So growth is a painful, very difficult process. It's not something easy. It's not to say that she's going to go through growth, but if she wants to go to grow, then she will have to understand that it is a very painful process. It's finding a way to push herself beyond her boundaries and explore the things that she can accomplish. But this can be very painful and very dark. These things must be experienced if you want to shed the old you and grow into the new you. So this card is telling us that in the next 5 years, Meghan is going to go through very difficult processes. Everything that we saw in the tarot, she will finally realize that she needs change, but in order to go through change, she will have to go through a very, very long and very difficult process. And in regarding to Harry, he will have to find the wisdom within himself. But he has that, and he will have to learn from his past experiences and to learn the right things if he wants to succeed. But altogether, it looks like in 5 years, he will be in a better place than she is. Okay, so this is it for this reading. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, share the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.